What's good to it, dude, man? It's your boy Cabo back at another banger video, man. Hey, and today, look, we got the pen and pad out, bro, and we sitting here finna break down some builds that I can potentially see myself or other people out there in the community making whenever it comes to day one of NBA 2K26. I got 4 different builds for you today. I went through, broke them all down, got it as best I possibly can. Probably could be doing some tweaks and stuff like that because each one of these builds have free throw. If you're more a park player, of course, any of that you can adjust on your own. But this is just for me personally, right? So let's find this controller. Right? Let's get straight into it, brother. Let's get straight into it. So, right, we're looking at a 6'6", 195 is the weight, right? And the wingspan is 6'10", right? So we're gonna go ahead and look at this and really show y'all like what you can do with this build, right? Either this one or the other 6'6" I'm building is gonna be my day one build. But it just depends, right? I might do either one of these. So with this 6'6" here, got 69 close shot, 78 driving leg. That 78 driving leg give you that float game on silver. The 89 driving dunk, they give you the the off one dunk packages. Of course, coming down here, you see 75 vert, so this isn't, right? So this got to be tweaked just a little bit to figure out this 78 and still be able to hit these other milestones. But with that, like I can figure that out whenever the actual builder comes, especially since we know that on 6'7s you get plus 10 on your vert. So we'll see really where my cap points come in at whenever it comes to the 2K26 builder opposed to 2K25, right? So 89 drive dunk, you know what I'm saying, to get that threshold of dunk. 89 3 to get your gold set shot. 90 free throw. Like I said, every one of these builds gonna have free throw. My 90 ball handle, I'm gonna specialize in my playmaking. So whenever I specialize in playmaking, that'll allow me to be able to, put that up to 92 to get that unpluckable on gold. Right. And so 86 speed ball, to get that gold lightning. 75 interior. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're not crazy defensively. I'm running the point, but I'm not necessarily having to guard ball. Like I can. That's why I got the block and stuff for. And then my other build is definitely the more like on ball chase down type of thing. 74 perimeter, get all bronze defensive badges. To get bronze steals, got 67 steals, 74 block to get that chase down. Chase down and paint patrolling. And then 60 vert to get your rebound, chase your box out beast. 86 speed, because your speed has to be at least or higher than your speed ball, right? You can't have a lower speed. Like I can't have an 85 speed and 86 speed ball. Ain't gonna work right there. 77 agility, because I just threw some on there. 73 strength, that goes strong handles, a couple other stuff, and movable post lock, stuff like that. Stuff that we're gonna use whenever it comes to our max plus 1s or 2s. We need that strength for, and then 75 vert, right? So let's hop into what each thing is going to get. So for our max plus 1 for this, like I already said, we're going to play making specialization, ball handle for my cap breakers, and then for my max plus my first max plus 1, my tier 1, I'm going half set shot, right? That's what I hit the 89 for. I'm gonna hit an 89 on a lot of these builds just for this reason. So I could go to half or legend set shot. But for this one specifically, I want it specifically for Hall of Fame, right? Gold dimer. My builds last year, I had like a 65 pass. So if I feel as though like I can get away with going up even lower pass, I will do it as much as I can, right? I like a higher pass build, but I mean, if they don't have no leeway where I can do it all and get the pass, I'm just gonna say the pass will have to sacrifice. But gold dimer, right? And then gold poster is another thing I'm gonna set on. Silver and movable. That's one of the reasons why I have strength, is so I can go to silver and movable, and it being a tier 2. I don't know whenever it turns into a tier 1 or anything like that. But at 6'6", it is a tier 2, so that's good for me. And then for my last max plus 1, I'll do gold high flyer, right? No, this should be silver high flyer actually, because it's just a max plus 1. So this would be silver high flyer, right? Not gold. That'd be silver high flyer, not gold. And then we go into the max plus 2s, right? We can go into a legend unpluckable, because I'm gonna have a 92 ball handle at this point, right? So I'm going legend unpluckable, or you could do like legend strong handle. You could do legend handles for days. And that point, it's up to you. But me personally, I'm gonna do legend unpluckable. And then I'm gonna do gold paint patroller, right? Think about a 6'6", I can switch onto like a big real quick and give me a little stock. I have gold paint patrol on. And I still have, a fairly good interior and block. So I can jump up there, you know what I'm saying? I can figure that out on that end, right? Cool. And then I can go legend lightning, right? Legend lightning is gonna help me out a lot because I'm 6'6", and 6'6" is the tallest build you can get. Lightning launch to legend with a max +2. Like, you can't get gold legend lightning launch on a 6'7", 6'8". Of course, anything taller than that. All right, so 6'6" is the highest height you can get gold lightning launch, and of course you can get it on 6'5", 6'4". Yeah, 6'6" is the highest for that. And that is it for this first build, man. Of course, I might tweak, you know what I'm saying, here and there, and then I will see whenever you see how much more you get. Because like I said, with that Magic Johnson build, it really showed me that you get more cap breakers. Not more cap breakers, you get more leeway in the builder with these 6'6" and 6'7" builds, right? And then 6'2" you don't get as much leeway. And that's the reason why, like, whenever the game made the builds, they made it to where like Kyrie and Steph Curry are now 6'1" instead of them being 6'2". Right, so let's hop into the 6'6", this other one with the 7'1" wingspan, right? So the first one had a 6'10" wingspan, this one has a 7'1". So this is similar to the build I used at the end of the year last year on 2K25. It had, again, a little couple things different because I can incorporate cap breakers and stuff like that, and I might remake the build later on and make it even better just with that cap breaker stuff in mind. But day one, I don't want it to where I don't want my build to be dependent on cap breakers, right? And then I might look into even smaller guards depending on, it just depends, bro. There's a lot of different stuff, but I want to go taller guard regardless, right? So we have a 6'6", 7'1" wingspan, 195 weight, right? You got that 74 close shot, 75 driving late, 88 driving dunk, 45 standing dunk, 89 midi instead of the 89-3, but we did still do an 83-3 to get the limitless, 97 free throw, 71 pass act, a 90 ball handle, 86 field ball, 80 interior on this one, 74 perimeter, 73 steal, 78 block, 60 D board, 86 speed, 80 agility, 60 strength, and 78 vertical. All right. So out the gate, we can look at this build. I have one less dunk. I of course switched these two, and then my pass act's a little lower, I believe. My steal is higher, my block is higher. My speed is the same, but my agility is higher. My strength is lower than my vert higher. Right? So with this build, playmaking specialization again, put it on ball handle. I'm going my first max +1. I'm going gold dimer, right? That's tier 2. Going gold dimer, cool. Then I'm going gold high flyer or silver paint patroller, right? So just depending on how I feel between the two. If I feel like I can go gold and gold, as in gold high flyer, then gold paint patroller with the max +2, I do that. But it just really depends. I might go gold. I might go silver paint patroller in Hall of Fame chase now. So we'll see. That's definitely just a preference to feel like which one plays better in the game, and then from there I'll figure that out. These are definitely just suggestions right now because we can't tell anything else. Gold interceptor, pretty simple. That's why I hit that 73, so I can go boost that up to gold. Definitely want that as high as possible. Silver challenger, I definitely like silver challenger or on ball minutes, depending on, especially if people can be running legend set shot and you want challenger as high as you can get it. So I definitely feel as though me making a build where I can boost this up to as high as possible, really, is probably the best. All right. And so let's hop into these. And then gold poster, right? So right now I'm at silver poster, and then this build is future made. So like eventually I should be able to have the cap breakers to push this up to a 93 dunk, the 92 here, the 80 here, you know what I'm saying? But of course at the beginning I'm not gonna be able to do all of that. So this is made for also kind of the future. That's why I went to the 88 driving dunk instead of 89 or any other range. So that's the reason why I specifically went to this range. So yeah, we'll go gold poster, right? And let's hop into these max +2s. And this is what I was saying, right? I was either gonna go Hall of Fame chase or gold paint patroller. And that's because the other one would be either gold or silver, as in like gold chase down or silver paint patroller, right? So that's how I feel about these two badges. Like one of these is getting a max plus, one of these is getting a max plus 1, the other is getting a max plus 2. And that's just how it's gonna go. Right. And then we go legend lightning launch. And then instead of me going legend unpluckable or anything in here, I would go legend set shot, right? And of course, for the last build, you can go legend set shot if you want to as well. Like, you don't have to go the route I'm going with my cap breakers, but these are just like pathways that you can take, right? And it's all just suggestion based. At the end of the day, like, this is your stuff, your build. You know what I'm saying? Your game. I can show you any build, but modify it to what you would like more so. And then you can always change it. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're not set in stone. If you feel as though in the game, like, your shot's a little off, let me go legend set shot. You can do that. You can go Hall of Fame set shot and change one of the max plus 1s to something else. But it's all just preference. And then what works better for your game and how you playing, different roles, stuff like that. If you got to step into like a 2-guard position and you don't need legend lightning launch because now you're playing a 2-guard, okay, you can do that. You can go legend set shot. Right? So it's just different stuff like that, bro. So we hop into the 6'7" with a 6'11" wingspan, right? And 180, 6'11" wingspan. And so with this build, it's pretty similar to the one I was just on. But with this one, you have a cap, like the max you can go mid-range is like 93. And we're going to utilize that, right? So you drive it down to 88, middies 89 to get that set shot off the rip, 83-3, 95 free throw. I already talked to you about free throw. Your ball handles a 90, 75 speed ball, 75 pass act, 80 interior, 74 perimeter, 73 steals, 78 block, 60 D board, and 80 on your speed agility, 73 strength, 78 vertical, right? Like I say, shooting will be your specialization. So then you can boost this to 93, right? Like you're in your head, you're trying to get to a 93 mid range, and it might not happen from the very first 2 shooting specialization cap breakers that you get, but you definitely can do, like, you know what I'm saying, you add on as you go. Like, there's going to be seasons where they send out cap breakers, you know what I'm saying, stuff like that. And with that, that's what you should do, is put that on mid-range to make that to a 93 so you can get this set shot on Hall of Fame. Because when set shots on Hall of Fame, then all you got to do is throw a max plus 1. You can put your max plus 2 on something else. Because a max plus 2 is a lot more valuable than a max plus 1. So you want as many of those as you can, especially a tier 1. A tier 1 max plus 2. Like, just for this alone, like, while I'm sitting here looking at this, you can go tier 1. Because at this point, like, you're going to unlock Shifty on gold, right? You can go, that'll be off set shot at 93. You can go legend set shot and then go legend Shifty, right? You know what I'm saying? So if you're moving, you get legend. And if you're standing, you get legend. And that's just off the top of my head just now. I'm sitting there looking at this, right? You know what I'm saying? That ain't even what's on the paper. But that's just while I'm just sitting here looking at different stuff that you can do and different stuff that you're going to figure out as the game comes out. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. So you'll do tier 2. So the first thing I looked at was tier 2 gold diamond max plus 1. You know what I'm saying? Then go gold high flyer. Cause I feel like that gold high flyer, gold paint patrol is going to be the way to go for me. But again, everybody's different. Gold interceptor because you got 73 still. Silver challenger, and you go gold poster, right? And then this too, right? Like you gotta think future seasons. I'm gonna get this eventually to gold, and then I can push this to Hall of Fame. So I can have a Hall of Fame posterizer with a legend Shifty and a legend set shot. I'm just saying, this is just stuff that you can do. It'd be crazy. And then, you know what I'm saying, you can still mess with other stuff in here. So then you have a gold paint patroller, right? A gold paint patroller. So you put the max plus 2 on there, and then Hoff lightning launch is what the first thing I saw was a Hoff lightning launch that you could do. And then legend set shot, and I said move it to tier 1 after you get a 93 midi, then put Hall of Fame poster to max plus 2. You know what I'm saying? Like that's literally something you can do. You put Hall of Fame poster. Actually, with it being a shooting specialization, you would have to, that would be your legend, right? So yeah, that would have to be your legend one. And then one of the gold badges actually would switch into, so you can go gold Deadeye, because one of these have to be gold, right? One of them have to be a gold. Yeah, one of them have to be a shooting. I'm talking about a gold. One of them have to be a shooting. So we'll switch to Deadeye. All right, cool. And then now let's hop into the last build, which is the 6'8" 1v1 shooting 3-level threat is what it says on here, but we'll see what it says on NBA 2K26. right? So shooting guard, 6'8", 185, 7-foot wingspan. So you have 82 close shot. Hey, look, y'all. So I clicked on the build. It's a little different from the other stuff I did build. 75 driving dunk. 87 driving dunk. 75 driving lane. 52 standing. 87 post control. Come on, stay with me now. A 90 mid range. 83 3. 91 free throw. 71 pass act. 84 ball handle. 75 speed ball. 60 interior. 74 perimeter. 73 steal. 78 block. A 70 O board, 55 D board, 80 speed, 78 agility, 73 strength, and a 78 vertical. Right. So this build is disgusting, right? And it changes up a lot of ways that you can play with a 6'8", right? And I wouldn't be surprised, man, if I see some 6'8s out there. The build kind of similar to this one. All right. So first thing first. You'll go playmaker specialization. You put your +2 on your ball handle, so you can get 86 ball handle, right? 86 ball handle, you unlock different SIGs and stuff like that you unlock with 86, right? So this is what you are going to want to do, right? With your first max +1, your tier 2 legend post fade feed, you're gonna put that in legend. First thing I'll do. So now out the gate, you can Kobe Bryant, Michael Jordan, LeBron James fade out the post quick, right? Boom, you do that out the gate. And then your the other tier 2 max +1, you'll put on a silver immovable, right? So cool, boom, you do that. And then you will go into silver on ball, right? Because you gotta think this is more like a 1v1 build, right? So with this being a 1v1 build, you know what I'm saying? You're gonna have to be able to move your feet and shuffle side to side. So you go silver, on ball, gold, handles for days will be like your max +1 that's in your specialization. And then you'll do Hall of Fame set shot, right? And then look, you can boost this to this mid-range to 91 to get this shifty. And then whenever you get shifty, you can put that to Hall of Fame if you want to. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You could choose between the set shot and this being Hall of Fame, and then or you can switch it out to where your poster go to the. So you got different stuff you can do. You know what I'm saying? And then okay, cool. Max, tier 2 max +1. This Hall of Fame chase down. Yeah, I think you're 1v1. You get beat. A Hall of Fame chase down. LeBron block. You're off the glass. Like you don't have to worry about that, right? Tier 2 max +1 is going to be Hoff handles for days. This is already at silver right now, so you can do it, you know what I'm saying, without even the cap breakers. But I'm just saying, like, this would be Hoff handles for days, and then you do Hoff lightning launch, right? So now you're 6'8" with a Hoff lightning launch, with a Hoff handles for days, with a Hoff high flyer, with a Hoff set shot, with a legend post fade phenom. I'm just saying, like, this build is gonna get crazy. But like, I know people come in here and look at like the defense stuff, bro. If you have like good defense, you can move like your stick left and right, you're fine in here. And then running anything like crime wise, you don't have to necessarily worry about getting your own bucket because you can get up in the post. Imagine somebody trying to guard a 6'8" shooting guard. It ain't working, bro. Because I think guard's gonna be 6'4". You ain't guarding a legend post fade phenom with a 6'4" guard, bro. It's not happening, right? He has that badge on legend. You're not missing, bro. I definitely feel as though like this one's going to be a scarier build, and it might be something I might make later on, right? I'm not really more of a 1v1 player, but with me having the build and having the stuff, I might, you know what I'm saying? And then the speed agility thing is the only thing I'm afraid of. Like, it's seeing how useful speed and agility is whenever it comes to defense. Because on my 6'7", I have an 87 speed, 87 agility, right? But on 26, depending on how much more stuff that builder gives me, I might not be able to do that. But that's also the build that has like a 55 or 65 pass act. So my pass act on my guard that I run on now is terrible. But hey, I hope y'all appreciate, you know what I'm saying, videos I've been sitting here uploading, man. I hope that y'all like this content today because it took a little minute to go sit there and break down the builder and like really see where you get your stuff at. Using this builder as like a guide, right? I'm kind of glad that they did keep it the same because that allows me to go ahead and see and critique and mess with different builds that are that higher height. Of course, I know what the caps are and what I can move around for cap breakers and stuff on the 6'4", but how they change the utilization of a cap breaker on 26. We'll see. And then especially I feel as though like go unlock your first cap breaker before you like overly upgrade your first build, because that'll let you know like, okay, cool, I have this cap breaker that I can tweak here, right? Anyway, man, it's me, boy Cowboy Rob. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe if you're new. I'm out, bro. For any new content that y'all looking for, any new 2K news or anything like that, man, hey, y'all come over to the channel. Make sure y'all hit that follow, that subscribe, all that. And then go check out my last video where I sat there and I broke down all the new news in the NBA 2K26 video. Peace.